So, hello, welcome to October 26, 2024, National Blue Ribbon Make a Difference Day. But this is beyond today. This is about every day. Our mission is uniting humanity through the power of love, one child, one community, one country at a time. And I'm known as, I'm Grandma Sparky. My name is Halise Bridges, but everybody calls me Grandma Sparky. I am known as the First Lady of Acknowledgement. And what we've known is without telling people how much they matter and make a difference, people are feeling as though they don't make a difference. And they're striving to be heard, respected, loved. Instead, we get punished for what we do wrong. And this is about a whole day of really investing in how do we build people up instead of put them down? How do we empower dreams instead of telling people you don't have enough time, money, and energy? And one of my great gifts in the world is to introduce you to Adria Fox, because not only is she on our Blue Ribbon Advisory Council and a gorgeous woman and a great colleague that we have worked together for years now. But I want to tell you a little bit about her, and then she's going to explain more about what they're doing. And let me first read this, okay, because it's a little bit interesting and wonderful. But Adria is the CEO of C4GS-ZEDlife. Did I get that right?
Yep, C4GS-ZEDlife.
Okay, and it's a visionary community development within California that is restoring America's communities through economic ecosystems and sustainable building practices. Now so would you please explain to everybody that's listening what that actually means?
Absolutely.
what
So
and
what
what
we
CV is, what the C4G S
yeah.
stands for.
Yeah, so C4GS stands for Communities for Global Sustainability. And what we found that everyone is in some sort of community. However, economically, we're trying to figure out like how to sustain ourselves, our homes, and our communities.
Yes.
For the next 7 generations, right? And so we're really all trying to figure that out. It doesn't matter if you live in La Jolla, Del Mar, Southeast San Diego, New York, London, everyone around the world is trying to figure out how to sustain themselves and the communities that they live in. So what we found is actually starting with listening to the communities that we service globally, and hearing what their needs are and helping them create economic ecosystems so that they can sustain themselves. That's the first step, because without listening, you can't build. Without understanding, you can't get much of anywhere for a sustainable period of time. So we take time to listen what communities' needs are, and then we help them develop either internally financial systems to help them come together and create a circular economy, or we work with them to develop a building or housing. So for one example, we're working in an area called Mount Hope, San Diego. They've been disinvested for years, and so they've never had a recreation center. So the community themselves got together and started talking to the city about getting this recreation center built. And along the way, because we have land in Mount Hope, we decided, hey, this is a really good community project to help them with. So we brought in the Department of Energy, the National Energy Research Lab, to help them understand, like, well, maybe a recreation center and a resilience center. Because of climate change, we're all realizing that the need to have a place to go in case of power outages and flooding or anything of that nature. So our goal is, in this particular community, is to help them get that dream realized. Much like the work that you do, Sparky. We're in the business of helping people realize their dreams in a community-centered way.
Yes, so I would just say we just got off of a call. By the way, each of these 15-minute segments will be on social media, so everybody can learn who you are, what we're doing together, because we're all about community building. And you said something that's very, very important to all of us is the ability to listen. Uh, because when we're bringing communities together, our model right now is telling people what to do, and they'll be talking back, asking for what they need, and we can't hear it. We're just not built for that in the model in which we have been grown up in. I call it flat world. I'm writing a book called Flat World, Round World, Out of This World. And in flat world, it's like negative quicksand. The more you try to breathe and get up and out of it, somebody's going to tell you what you're doing wrong instead of what you're doing right. And I think that what you've been able to do is, since we know each other for a long time, okay, and I'm trying to remember when we first met. Do you have any clue about that? I can't hear you. It went on mute.
My oldest, who is now 22, was about 6, maybe 10, maybe 10. He was 10.
Wow.
So 12 years?
Wow. Wow. Because, we grow up and we're all still the same. We're looking better every year, by the way. You do look at you're just all fancied up and you're just an amazing woman. And so it's about 12 years. Is you say that?
Yeah. Yeah, about
So
12 years.
here's what I want to ask you. What difference is being involved with the Blue Ribbon Project? How has that made a difference for you? And just let's start with that.
Yeah, I think what it's done for me, it's the key that like kind of unlocks hearts without having to get all mushy, mushy, mushy. Sometimes it does get mushy, and people cry when you acknowledge them. And so it's interesting. One of my friends and I, we were traveling to London, and we had our little bag of blue ribbons. And so we every time we stopped, the ticket counter, the airline stewardess, and so just being able to acknowledge someone and then leave them something behind. So it's different when you say, "Oh, you look so beautiful today. You're glad," but then that remembrance of the blue ribbon and leaving that gift behind, I think is really critical to people being able to have that moment again, kind of like the unlocking, like this little thing that unlocked, and they see the ribbon later on, years later, even sometimes in a book or somewhere where they stuck it, and they remember that moment, and it helps bring humanity this gift of love and appreciation in a whole new way.
So what you're really saying, and this is a marvel, is the blue ribbon is a tool that unlocks hearts, that just brings people together, and why it's so profound, and why the stories are in Chicken Soup for the Soul and made into television movie, and why we just did a documentary on my life and all that stuff, and why we've impacted over 50 million people, going for 1 billion now. 1 billion is because of you, of one person at a time, honoring another, because acknowledgement is missing in our society. Punishment is the tip of the top. I punish myself every day. I'm never enough. That's a common conversation for all of us. If I only did this, if I didn't make that mistake. Yes, we're all talking that way inside of our heads every day. I do.
Yes.
The only difference is I've had enough coaches around me that gets me out of my head and back into my vision. I'm just saying, we're all the same inside. Yes.
Absolutely, Sparky.
But as soon as somebody comes up and honors you and and tells you how much you matter and make a difference, it is usual for people to tear up. That emotion is so deep that because we don't hear it, right? And I thank you for when you're on the airplane or wherever you are and bringing a package of ribbons. Today I have a children's book now, Sparky and the Magic Blue Ribbon.
Sparky.
How children bring love to the whole world. And it's available on Amazon, by the way. So please go off and purchase it and give us your review. But the whole goal of the book is to say how a little angel came to me when I was 4 years old in a dream. And she asked me if I would help bring love to the world. And in my dream, I said, I'll help. 4 years old. We don't know where we get tapped in. We don't know our higher purpose. But I have a blue ribbon for you,
Um,
Adria Fox. This is a blue ribbon for you, and it says, "Who I am makes a difference." And I would love to honor you and tell you how you have touched my heart, have fueled my dream, have uh, brought your family together in our Standing Strong Together Blue Ribbon Community Building leadership training, and how we sustain each other. You're, and I love that I asked you how, I said, "That's a cool hairdo." And I
it's
said,
fine. It's on me.
is it your hair? Because a lot of times you have all different kind of hairstyles.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just want to just say that what you do in building community and actually reaching out and getting a grant and working with sustainability takes skill. It takes teamwork. And I met all your team members,
Yes, they're
and
amazing.
they are smart and they are connected, and that each one is uh, if you have a wheel, you have spokes in the wheel that
Yes.
keep the wheel turning. And there you have selected and brought a great team together that really empowers and supports each other and tells the truth and are authentic and vulnerable.
Yes,
And that
absolutely.
is the key to any great business. Would you accept this gift from me?
I absolutely would.
May I have permission to place it virtually above your heart?
Yes, you would. I was
Okay.
looking probably have some blue ribbons. Oh my goodness, I'm not prepared. Oh
I
well.
know. Well, yeah, you're not, but I am. So I have a blue ribbon above my heart so you can all see how that goes. It does, whoops, I think I screwed up. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, is that going to be on the recording? Someone going to
Yeah,
edit?
probably. I
Oh,
hit a button. I hit a button, but the good news is I'm right in the middle of acknowledgement, right? And I hit a button and on my computer and it shut off, but somebody just taught me how to get right back on without going loopy. And I just did it for the first time and it came right back. So for all of us that think you can make a mistake, you can't make a mistake around a blue ribbon, right?
there's no mistakes. It's just that
Uh,
all of us experimenting and being in Earth school together.
yeah, if it ain't fun, I don't want to play. It's if it's not uplifting and uniting, it's not, let's go, this is not it. Don't,
Absolutely.
come and unlock the door in the hearts of our homes inside of us for all of us. Tradition is that it places above your heart, pointing up toward your best dreams coming true. And tradition is I take the spark from my heart and put it in the cheerleaders. It is the sound that makes dreams come true. Now do this with me, Adria, okay? We got to snap 3 times. We got to say, and a one, say it out loud. And a
And
one,
a one, and
and
a
a two,
two,
and a three.
three.
Bing!
Bing!
B-I-N-G, bing. And every time you hear a bing, you'll know the child within us just got our dream. Tradition is that I give you 2 extra ribbons. One, you honor somebody, one, you pay it forward. And in this glorious moment in time, for everybody that's watching, by the way, Adria and people all over the world order our blue ribbons in packages of 100 or 1,000 or
For
10,000 or
10,000.
10,000 or 100,000. And inside this package is the ribbons and 7-step blue ribbon ceremony, which takes less than 60 seconds, as you see, to honor somebody. But for $30 for touching 100 people to get a packet of blue ribbons, I'm inviting everybody to do that. And being a part of our blue ribbon team, being a blue ribbon hero for children. Our goal right now is I just wrote a program for uh, for 5th and 6th graders to teach the elementary kids, teaching elementary, the younger ones, how to build each other up, how to talk about their dreams, how to go to their parents and tell their parents and ask their parents, "What's your dream? How can I help you? What do you need?" Place it, honor them, and tell your parents how much they matter, or the people in your life, or your teachers, um, because the little kids are growing up soon, right? And before you know it, like your kids,
They'll
You know,
be
they're in middle
adults.
school, they're in high school, and all of a sudden they're in college, and all of a sudden they're out the door, and all of a sudden, if you ever see them or can make an empowerment, you're doing it all through your life. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So in the last moment with what you're doing with community building, uh, say something about community that will land in our hearts that we can walk away and remember all the time.
Hmm. I think one of the things that stands out to me most is that even though Sparky and I are going to live into our hundreds and we'll be gone, the next generation of community matters. And so giving the gift of the blue ribbon will help acknowledge that. And when you're doing anything, building, creating a new product, whatever you do in the world, remember the generations after you have to still live here on planet Earth. So remember that it does matter and who you are does make a difference in this process of what we call humanity in harmony with the earth.
Humanity in harmony with the earth. And with that, God bless you for being on this call. This will go on social media in the next month, and and just be sharing it with everybody. Um, and a big surprise for everybody after this call. There's 15 people on this call today for National Blue Ribbon Make a Difference Day. All of the great leaders that I respect and that I love, and that are my students, and I'm a student of theirs. I love
Yeah.
you. Take care. Who you are makes a difference. Goodbye. Okay.